Pablo from 93X, backstage with Corey Taylor. Man of many faces, but tonight you're the one of Slipknot
Here,
tonight.
You hold that piece.
Oh, wow.
I'll just wear this piece.
Can you guys get a close-up on what's going on inside there? Good God, son.
Yeah,
that
it's
just
pretty
pops
weird,
off,
right?
does it?
It's magnets.
Should I?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Magnets, yeah. So you just put it right back on like that.
Oh, right on. No, I want to hold it. Can I hold it?
Yeah, you can hold it.
I'm just going to keep holding
Just
it.
don't smell it.
Yeah, right.
It's not
disgusting.
It's not something you want to take with you.
So tell me a little bit about how you're feeling right now, man. I know your neck and stuff. You're just talking about how.
Yeah, today's been a little weird. Just getting a couple stingers.
How did it all happen, brother? I didn't hear the story really. I didn't.
Went in for an old man physical.
Okay, yeah.
We
all need them.
You hit 40, and you're like, okay, I got all these issues.
Right.
I'd like to know why. I went in. I have a great doctor in LA, and I started listing off like all these things that were going on with me, and we're doing, the whole physical. And he's kind of the one that spotted that there was an issue with my spine.
Okay.
And so he sent me for an MRI, CAT scan, whole big thing. He sent me to a spinal cord specialist.
Okay.
Which freaked me out.
Sure.
And then
sure.
he goes, "Yeah, you essentially broke your neck.
Wow.
A while back.
Were you suffering from sleeping, things like that? You just couldn't sleep. Yeah,
dude, it's been the last few years of my life.
Sure.
Just something physically wrong. Like I had the strength on my right side was completely gone.
Wow.
Like I had the strength of an 80-year-old, basically.
Wow.
In fact, I probably would have lost a fight to an actual 80-year-old. Like that's how bad. that's how bad it was.
That would be embarrassing.
Right.
I
mean, it sucked. There was a host of different things, but essentially what had happened was, and the only thing that I can think of is I fell off stage in '99.
Okay.
And landed on top of my head. I fell 4 feet off stage.
Right.
Landed, being 25, just kind of, brushed it off. I can't, I can still feel everything. I must be fine.
Right.
Meanwhile, what had actually happened was my C5 and C6, basically, it was, compound fracture.
Sure.
Compressed together. Just crushed the disc.
Okay.
And then slowly but surely started growing into my spinal cord.
Wow.
And the doctor couldn't believe that I was walking. He's
Wow.
like, I don't know how you walked in here. And
Okay.
it literally we went from 0 to surgery like that. And
wow.
That's why it was emergency spinal surgery. And everybody was like, who has that? And I was like, well, hi, I do.
And I'm not talking about, dude, being a tough guy is one thing, but what about not, resting, taking care of this, getting this 100% healed before you even think about.
Well, look, I did. The doctor told me that I could go out and sing after 2 weeks.
Sure.
I waited 3,
Okay.
I made sure that I could do something.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have waited a little longer, but I didn't want to.
That fall on stage the other night, it looked painful, dude.
It looked worse than it was.
Okay.
And you're talking about the one in Atlanta.
Yeah, the one in Atlanta.
Yeah, I jumped up, and I knew, as soon as I jumped, I knew I was like, I'm not going to clear this.
Yeah, just you coming up, you look real slow.
It was wet.
Yeah.
And that's why. And my feet went out from underneath me. Hit my leg first and then fell over, hit my leg. The reason I took my time because I just want to make sure I didn't break anything.
Sure.
And that I didn't re-aggravate anything.
Absolutely.
So it was, the video looks terrible, but it was just, I'm laying on the ground just laughing my ass off, man. I was like,
everyone looked concerned though. They were like,
and what people don't know is that literally 3 days later, I took my daughter to see Finding Dory. It was her first movie. Mm-hmm. She's freaking out.
Sure.
And she was starting, she hit a wall about halfway through, so I went to hand her to her mom, and she flailed, and she scratched my cornea with her tiny little fingernails.
Right.
So not only do I have the neck and then the fall, but then I had to go to an optometrist when I was in Boston to get antibiotics. Screw July, okay? This whole month.
Get it over with. Just get it over with.
June and July have just been kicking my ass since day one, and I'm just like, come on.
I can imagine. We'll talk
Come on, August.
Talk a little bit about the evolution of this band, dude. From, when you have members and brothers that you grew up with and you start this band.
Yeah.
They leave. Things change. Where are you guys now at as a band with new family members and how that connection is?
It's weird. It's different. It's good. It's different. The cool thing about the new guys is that you know, I mean, they grew up listening to us.
Sure.
So they grew up
You ain't that
with
old,
the music.
dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
You've been
that
around
just
for a
means
while, I'm just
that
saying.
just means that they're that young,
That's
you know,
cool.
like
Yeah.
no joke.
Sure.
But they were fans,
Yeah.
you know. And for us, sometimes you just need that little that jolt of energy, you know.
And you got that. You got that with
they've
these
been
guys.
that, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've helped us kind of get back up off the mat,
Sure.
and keep fighting. So this last 2 years has just been it's been insane.
Sure.
You know? I mean, the journey that we've gone through, and to be able to, you know, to get the great chapter together, to go out, you know, we're going on 2 years of touring.
2 years,
now. It's
right?
insane.
Aren't you guys heading down to Brazil or is it Mexico too?
Yeah, we're doing Not Fest in Mexico,
Right.
Not Fest Japan,
Wow.
in November.
The machine keeps moving.
Yeah, I mean it's a beast.
Done
man.
in October? Is that when you guys done?
No.
No?
November is Ozfest Japan, but
Wow.
it looks like we're gonna be doing like a bunch of pickup dates here and there too. Like we're gonna do Australia, New Zealand, doing some South America stuff.
Sure.
But we're also doing the States, like a bunch of stuff, like just all over the States. We haven't really figured out where yet, but we're just kind of slowly but surely just kind of putting the end piece on everything. So probably as late as mid-December,
Okay.
which means it's another birthday on the road for me.
Wow, right. I can imagine, yeah.
It-
That'll
you know,
plenty, I'm
but at
sure.
the same time, by the time we're done, you know, we'll have the holidays and stuff, and then I'll turn around in January and start up with Stone Sour.
Wow.
So
And, yeah, there ain't no rest for the wicked. brother.
no, but I mean it's a good thing, you know.
You know, I've known you from the Danny Nas days back in the day.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how long it goes back.
Nozell.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, I know people just keep coming in. It's all right. Want to hang out with us? Come on.
They
All
always
right.
do. It doesn't
So
matter.
I used to watch you guys get together before you get on stage, all together in like a huddle, and just
yeah, we still do
thing?
that. Oh yeah,
Really?
absolutely.
It's
it's not as ferocious anymore.
Yeah, I swear I
because
saw somebody kick someone in the
it's
junk at one
almost-
time, maybe spit on each other. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we would flip for the punch in the face, you
Right.
know, all that stuff. It's so cool to look stupid when you're young, you
Right.
know. And now it's just like.
Let's just get out there and rock it as a family.
Let's just do our thing, you know.
Okay.
We get together. My whole thing now is if I can make them laugh,
Sure.
then we're gonna have a good show.
Right.
And sometimes it means basically reminding them of something stupid that I
be
did
silly.
in this city.
Oh, really?
And you know, in the city that we're playing, it's
Right.
like, oh, by the way, this is the 4th anniversary of me basically falling on my balls
Right.
and not really wanting to tell anybody, you know. So, and that'll get them going, or you know,
Sure.
just reminding them of a show that we did. So, and that's one of the cool things about, you know, where we're at, and we've been through so much that, you know, to kind of pull us together and remind us, like, we've been doing this a long time together.
Sure.
And it's just, and we're still doing it.
And on a personal thing, then, for you being in Minneapolis at First Avenue
Yeah.
with Prince, and
Yeah,
talk a
that
little
was-
bit about your experience that night. I mean, obviously being there in the crowd and watching you perform Purple
Oh,
Rain.
wow. Yeah.
Beautiful thing. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. As
Oh,
a
no,
huge,
no, thank
lifelong
you. No,
Prince
I-
fan, so
I
talk
appreciate
about that
that.
a little bit.
That was heavy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been a Prince fan since, 82, 83. So, you know, I was basically like 10 years old.
Sure.
You know.
Did you have to sit down and like try and figure out some of those songs a
Well,
little
no,
bit, or were they?
I knew all this. I mean, I know all the songs. I had never sat down and learned how to play Purple Rain. I knew all the words, but I'd never really tried to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, you know. It's like for something to put me in that place on that day in that house.
Right.
I mean, for me, it was the only thing that made sense was to come out and to break that
fantastic.
energy, you know, and break that tension, because people wanted that, they needed it.
Agreed.
And I
amazing.
think it was, you know, it was the respectful thing to do. So-
Absolutely. Did you walk out in the street? Did you get to see that energy and stuff? Did you see
No,
that?
I had no idea until after, and then I was blown away. I was
Right.
just like, wow, you know, it's insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it was, you know, that video went viral like that, and
Yeah.
it went everywhere. And I was blown away by how many views it got within 2 days. Like
So cool,
in
though.
2 days, it was like 10 million
Thank you
views.
for
I was
nailing
like,
it
"You
too.
gotta
I'm
be
glad it
kidding
didn't
me."
suck when you did it, dude. It was
Well, if
great.
I'm gonna do something, it
know?
better not
Thankfully.
suck. You know.
That was great.
But I appreciate that. I mean, it was it was my way of showing respect to somebody who inspired me. You know.
Very cool, dude. Well, you inspire me, brother. Thank you for
Oh, no, it's all good.
getting out here tonight, fighting through it. wasting a little time rapping with me and all that good stuff too. Another book coming soon. What you got on the line?
Next year,
Really?
America 51, where I take the goddamn gloves off.
Really?
And let everybody know just exactly what I think. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people think just by hearing that it'll be very incendiary and a little too in your face, but it's not true. I mean, there's a reason I love this country.
Yeah.
And there's things that I love about it. There's things I hate about it.
Sure.
But there are reasons that I will always fight for it. And
Sure.
that's kind of what this book is about. So it's going to be me talking about good stuff, talking about bad stuff, talking about my personal relationship, basically growing up on the road in this country and all the different cultures I've seen, and why it's important for us all to come together now instead of tear apart.
Wow.
And that's really
I think
what it's
that voice
about.
needs to be heard. That's fantastic.
I think so. Well, I think I need to chime in because I know there are people out there saying it, and maybe people are just missing that message.
Sure.
So if I chime in my way, maybe it will relate to somebody, and then that is just a chain reaction that kind of leads us to, kind of coming together.
You might find this strange. I know this is strange, but I choose to, as a DJ, you got to keep honing your craft, working on, speaking clearly and things. So I take your book. My girl and I, when we're cooking dinner or we're drinking wine, we sit around, I read a chapter, then she reads a chapter out loud.
Really?
Yeah, something I work on.
That's fantastic.
Because the way you word stuff, you phrase stuff is pretty
Thank
fantastic.
You. Well, I hope you
cool.
don't do the first book, because when I was when I was doing the audio book for that, I was thinking to myself, it's like, my sentences are garbage.
No,
dude.
it's fun.
No,
it's
they
fun.
run
I do
on.
stumble sometimes.
I mean, there'd be a whole paragraph long sentence that I'm reading now. It's like, none of this makes sense. Nobody's gonna buy this piece of shit. I don't know what the hell is going on. So writing the first book actually taught me how to write the next two. So I appreciate that.
That's brother.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, dude. So kill it tonight, brother. Thank you very much for your time.
Man. No worries. Thank you.
Corey Taylor from Slipknot, Pablo from 93X on 93X.com. Thank you guys for checking this out.